Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to some more Diablo 2. Oh, boy, it's been a lot of stuff happened since my last video that I produced here. I don't like saying that word. It makes me feel like it's way more serious. Anyways, so last video I recorded, I'm not even close to where YouTube is up to yet, but basically, I got to Act 2. It was a crawl to get through Act 1. If you guys didn't watch that, I recommend watching it. It's very fun. So yeah, now we're in Hell Act 2. You may be now questioning, why are you in Act 1? Well, I just switched difficulties, and this just happens to be where you go. But I wanted to explain some things I changed and stuff I've got. So I actually did respec. Now, this is no bullshit. I tried respecking to, oh, what was it? I tried going into Fist of the Heavens, and it sucked complete shit, so I dropped that really fast. And here's where it gets even more fun. I respec'd in Hell, and I haven't touched any of my respecs at all. And for some reason, when I said, okay, this is complete and utter garbage, I need to get back to like maybe Holy Shield instead, or Vengeance. I went with Holy Shield. I'll explain in a minute. I didn't realize this was here either, but for some reason when I went into Hell difficulty and used my respec, I just couldn't respec again. You're supposed to get one for every difficulty. I didn't get that. For some reason it just ate all of mine at once and said, oh, no, you're not getting these back. So thank God I'm playing with Plugy. So I was able to do that. So let's look at the stats here. I've almost got 200 strength. I think that should be more than enough for pretty much everything in the game, I hope. If not, I don't know what my base stats are right now. It should say something right here. Base 153. Okay. So, Dex to 209, Vit to 187, and, you know, energy is just from, like, plus skills and shit. So, you can see my resistances are a hell of a lot better. Actually not hot garbage. You can look at my 3% magic fine. Look at that shit. That's incredible. But we'll get to that in a minute. So you can start to see we have 50% chance of crushing blow, 25 open wound now, 20% deadly strike. So those are the big things I've got that I've changed. Some IAS as well. That's pretty good. Some mana leech is okay. Then the life leech is pretty, or sorry, I don't have any mana right now, but life leech is fantastic. Here's the full reses if you want to see what they look like, and you'll get to see all those in action here soon. We do have cold absorb. I'll go over that in a minute. And yeah, there's all my frame data if you really want to look at it. And let's look at our Durga. He still has a rock stopper, rock fleece, bone hue. I haven't really changed anything on him yet. I haven't really had any reason to do so, so he seems to be doing okay. As right now, I'll give him a better rune word much later. So stats, I respect, obviously, no defensive auras. Straight back into fanaticism, because why would you not? Sacrifice is maxed. Zeal's maxed. Smite was a prereq, but I'll get into that in a minute. Holy Bolt is a thing. Charge, I'll get into that in a minute. Blessed Hammer is just for the point to get to Holy Shield. So, rather than, rely solely on blocking, I have Holy Shield, which basically increases your defense to insane levels. Look at that shit. So, yeah, much better. This is basically a buff. This lasts, I think, almost like, 2 minutes or something like that? Where am I looking here? Yeah, almost like, fuck, it's just basically, when it stops, I'm like, oh, that happened. So, yeah, we got that instead. And I can't do it in town, so let's go out in here. So I actually changed Smite to be an alt weapon. So Smite, if you don't know, is very, very overpowered. I did not want to choose a Smiter. So Smite works like this. It basically is a guaranteed 100% damage, and it hits things, so it's really cool. I have that as a backup, essentially, to get out of shitty situations, but Zeal is still there, so you can see Zeal still being what we're rocking with here. And of course, the IAS is really fantastic too. Let's take that back with us. I'm gonna sell that. Get back here. So, yeah, we don't have Redemption anymore, which is, you know, or sorry, Vengeance anymore. It's fine. I'm not really worried about it. I'll get into that in a minute. So we also have Charge, which I have set to V. So Charge, I can't believe I didn't have this skill sooner. You basically become a race car, and it's just fucking awesome. I love that sound so much. So I respec to get this, not just because it's a prereq, but it's also just a good 1-point skill. It does do damage if you run into something. It's pretty much like the enemies in Act 5. Smite, though, is really good. This is a 100% guarantee, and with plus skills, it's up to 1 second stun. Doesn't really work on bosses, I think, but if it does, I can't remember. I know it's the most overpowered skill in the game, next to Blessed Hammer. I don't even think I have Hammer on a button, but I'll show you what that does. So this is Hammer. It's really shitty and sucks and is very boring. So I've made a Hammered in once, and I'm not a huge fan of it. So I don't. Ugh. Let me put my teeth back in here. I'm not really changing the build as it is, you know, so it's fine. So that's pretty much the only new skills we have. I had to explain that because it's kind of a big deal, because you're like, holy shit, the character's totally different now, but it's totally the same, I promise. So I'll go ahead and go over our gear. We're still using that rock stopper. I think it's okay. We're using this all-res amulet I found doing, I think, bail runs, not sure. Spirits, I crafted a while ago. I've been saving runes up to get this. I was debating on getting this, but I'll get to that later. You can see it's a +2 to all skill. It has faster hit recovery, faster cast rate. Got some really good mana on that shit. Some vitality, which is nice, and nice. Almost all res, everything but fire is pretty high on that. You can see I got this pretty early on, I think, in my off-camera sessions. It has magic absorption, which is fantastic. Just basically heals me if I get hit with magic to a degree. I don't think I was using this in the last video, but I switched out to a flesh render. And I'll show you my stash in a minute so we can see what I've been using. But basically this has... It's a plus skill to Druid. This one's actually worse. I accidentally sold my old one and I could not get it back, and I was really salty. It's a Druid shape-shifting... unique, but it does have really good crushing blow, deadly strike, and I'll get into that in a minute too. It also has prevent monster heal, which is just fucking fantastic in hell difficulty. We have a Lionheart. This is a Hell Lum Foul. This is a pretty cheap rune word to make. You can see it's pretty much just all res, just lots of, you know, pretty much just more damage, and just some plus ats basically. It's not the greatest, it's just what I've got. We're still using Venom Grips. I think I've had these in the last video, but I'm mainly just still using this for the crushing blow. It's got some nice poison on it as well. And of course the big new gear change. This is why I'm wearing some of the shit I'm wearing. I got a Ravenfrost today, actually, from farming Duriel for an hour. I was trying to get Angelics, but we'll get into that in a minute too. Basically just some nice AR. I'm not really worried about the cold damage and dex, but the mana's nice, the cold absorption's nice, but that cannot be frozen is fantastic. That is just awesome. Like, that is one of the best fucking things I've got. String of Ears, this isn't really anything special, just damage reduction, so it's pretty okay. It also has Life Leech on it. Plus, it's a full stash, so I can't complain, or sash. And then I actually got this today as well. It's not the greatest AR, but the reses are fantastic. It's a nice all-res. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it's good. Just a basic ray. I got this from gambling. And I'm using Goblin Toe, mainly for crushing blow. And that's pretty much all about that. Nothing in the cube, I think, except that armor. I got some better charms. You guys can look at those if you really want to. There's no plus skillers in there. They're all just AR and life. Not anything crazy. I think I have a nice res one in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. This one was pretty dope. I got this, I think, like a while ago. I can't remember where I got it. basically, that's the new gear we're rocking. Oh, and Quick Swap is still the Blade of Alibaba, and a Rhyme Shield for the Magic Find. So let's go over what I found, too, before I get too crazy. So there's our gems, nothing too crazy. I haven't up-tiered all these runes yet. I'm still trying to work on getting a Grief. I think I was trying to get a Duress. Yes, I was trying to get a Duress. I needed an rune for this. I was tempted to try that out to see what it's like, to see if it's any better. But yeah, just I think the highest runes I'm up to is Ko and Foul, I'm pretty sure. I'm really needing to up tier this because I can do that and it's really kind of cool. So it'd be more raw damage. Over here is our Magic Find stuff that I've been using off camera. So basically, if I wasn't playing with Plugy, I'd just have this in the stash and some of the runes. That's pretty much it. If you're ever curious how I would play Diablo 2 without it. But yeah, this is pretty much just all this is. This is all I'd be keeping if I didn't have Plugy enabled and just all my runes. So, and maybe some gems. But yeah, it's just a 31 and some 14 and 26. This is a Nago ring. I've had this forever. Just a shitty gem skull. Gold wrap. Scolder's Ire was the best fucking drop I got off camera. I got this from Hell Andariel. It's a plus skill, so it's pretty okay. It's got some really good defense, but Jesus, look at that Magic Find. It's based on your character level, so 96. And just some boots. So the Ancient's Pledge, I have a lore I'm not really using. And then this. I actually made this off camera. I'm kind of disappointed in how it works. It's better when you're not a zealot. Basically, it's just a lot of crushing blow. The damage is not really what I was after, and I was kind of disappointed by it. I was reading about the knockback thing, and I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. And it was really bad. I didn't like it, but I didn't want to get rid of it, like 100%, so I just kept it. Black is okay. I should have probably put this in a Nout, or maybe something else, but you know, it's just what it is. I've completed Saigons and Kleeglaws. I think I've completed Cathans, so that's pretty cool. There's that. There's just all these. These are all uniques. There's no dupes unless it's an F1. I think I've also got Eisenhearts 100%. Berserkers I've had for a while. And of course, these are just the helms. I might put one of these on a Sorceress to start her off, because they're just pretty good. I was tempted to use Blood Fist over Venom Grip, but the poison damage is pretty nice. And the other one I was tempted on was Grave Palm, but I didn't like it. I didn't get any good boots, really. Just these are okay. Some okay. Dusk is... I've actually gotten this before. It's actually a pretty good starter helm as well. Just another spare string of ears, blade buckle, night smoke. Nothing too crazy over here. I was trying to get angelic wings from Duriel. That's why I farmed Duriel. But you can see I have 3 angelic halos because I wanted to use 2 of these with the amulet to get... I think it's like almost 1,000 AR, and then it's plus skill. I could be wrong. I don't think that the plus skill goes off of the set bonus. Either way, it was basically Magic Find 100, and so I really wanted that, so I'm looking for that still. Close to getting Sanders. There's our actual current gems. You can see I got a Twisted Essence of Suffering. You get this from killing Andariel in Hell mode. It's used for respecs. I'll put these somewhere else probably when I get more of them later. So we got a lot of P gems as well, and some P skulls as well. These are just going to be used for crafting later on. I'm not really worried about this. What else did I get? I got some pretty damn good. I got Lysander's Aim. I have 2 of these. I actually kept one because I'm like, shit, that's awesome. It's one of the best bows in the game, probably. I've actually used this before with a Boazon, and it's pretty solid shit. I'm not sure if it's the best, but it's one of the best. And then just some more bows. These are all, like I said, no dupes. They're just, well, except for these. But these are for casters if I ever want to make a caster. I love the name of this, the Iron Jang Bong. So fucking dope. So, yeah, there's the other Lysander's Aim. Still haven't found any good paladin shit at all. Just a lot of, you know, mainly like maces and shit that I can't make any use out of. So there's that. I think I went back a page, I'm not sure. But it doesn't really matter. I've gotten a lot of things. I still have this. This is what I was using last time. It does have Deadly Strike and Open Wounds, but the Crushing Blow is fantastic. So, of course, there's all this stuff here. I've been saving these because they're plus skills. I can use these on like other characters. Quahagen's Wisdom, I think I got this on camera. It's actually pretty good. I was tempting of using that over this, but I think the resistances are just way too good to pass up. These I got today. I got like 8 Venom Wards killing Andariel and Duriel. I'm tired of looking at this fucking item. So, yeah. Pretty fucking metal looking shield. It looks like a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's pretty cool. Steel Clash, it's okay. And, I mean, it's not really what I need. So I didn't really need it. I just cannot get good items for fucking Paladin, can I? I was tempted to use this, but I don't know, maybe in the future, I don't know. There's better shields to get. A Manald, some Relic, Cat's Eye, nothing too crazy. Look at how many fucking amulets I've got for Amazon. Look at this. And look how many I have for fucking Assassin, but look at these. These are actually pretty dope. I got most of these from, this I got today. This was from Gambling, so that was pretty cool. And this one's just okay. Nothing special. I mean, look at this. All the Sorceress ones. Look at all the Necro ones. Barbarian. Amazon. Fucking Druid. Look how many I've got for Paladin. Yeah, can you tell this is why I'm so salty? I can't get good items at all. So, these are all just high rings I found. Maybe for other characters. Some more pole arms. Some more sets I've been working on. I've got actually one set I'm pretty excited to start working on getting as well. I got this. These are all just one items. I don't have any other pieces for yet. Fucking Tal Rashes, baby. Oh, that's awesome. Let me take a drink here. Man. That's one of the best caster sets in the game. So, I'm pretty excited to get this for just a Sorceress, because that's just awesome. That is already, just alone, that is a good item. So, just some big meaty shit I might give to a Barb someday. I don't know. That's pretty much all I've got, and I did a bail run before this in Nightmare, so... Yeah, that's pretty much it, and if you're like, wow, you spent 20 minutes talking about gear, you must have something special planned for this episode. Well, in fact, I do. Because I realized very quickly that if I was to keep going in Hell difficulty, I needed to check to make sure that I actually was not gonna get face-fucked like last time. So, I basically did the smart thing. I scouted out all of the beginning of Act 2. To make this a lot easier on myself. I haven't touched any of the dungeons. Actually, this is a reset map. I did all this off camera, so there's nothing you gotta worry about. So I do know that it's comfortable. I also got the Lost City waypoint. That's really fantastic for just, it's a level 85 area. It's a little too brutal for me right now. I can safely probably do it if I was a Sorceress. I mean, everything's easier as a Sorceress. That's one of the best areas for Sorceress in general in Hell. But, there's too many immunes in there that I struggle with, especially, if a zombie in there spawns with, like, immune to physical, I'm basically fucked. I can't do anything about that. Which is definitely a problem with this build. And I actually almost forgot that Itchies end up being physical immunes. So, this is gonna be fun. So... I can poison them to death, and I can use Crushing Blow. I haven't explained Crushing Blow very well, and I can't believe I didn't do it sooner. So basically, if you've ever used the Sorceress skill Static, Static works by if you cast it, it takes a chunk off of a monster's health, right? So, let's say if it does 200 damage, I actually was, like, enthralled by how Mr. Llama explains it, because it's a very accurate way of putting it. It's like Static. It just quarters, like, their health off. So, if a monster has 200 health or 2 million health, you're just taking chunks off every time that proc goes off. So, that's what Crushing Blow does. It's basically just Static but for melee. It's very good. It just chips off health like crazy. I really want more of it, but I want to get damage against demons. That's what I really want to get right here. And also, I was right about open wounds. Open wounds is basically just like poison, but not really. It's basically free damage. And Deadly Strike is essentially crit damage. It's like just twice your weapon's base damage, I think. So it's something like that. So basically, let's go ahead and get into Act 2. I already know what I'm expecting. What to expect when you're expecting. Also, it's dark because the Claw Viper punks have already done their bullshit. I should probably get some scrolls, because I have no idea how many I have left. I had like 12, okay. I was worried there for a minute. So, I'm gonna basically bum rush Act 2. I have no business being in here. I don't have any difficulty. I'll actually show you what I'm talking about. Like, you can see it's basically 1 to 2 shots for these Sand Leapers. These are pretty common enemies. They're not hard, though. So let's go up against this pack here. And this is in Players 1 difficulty as well. So you can see I'm actually doing fairly decent. I'm not having any real issues when it comes to these kinds of enemies. The main issues are physical immunes, but that's pretty much to be expected. And every time you see that red glow, that's the crushing blow proccing. So I did also reset the map, so that's why I'm not just going straight to the dungeons, because I felt that would be a little bit bullshit. Because you still have to see me, I think, go through the acts. And part of what I was really happy with was what I've done so far. And by the way, we're not going to go to the dungeon here because there's no point. I've already got the Herodric Cube. It's just a pain in the ass. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm scared shitless to go in the dungeons in this map. I've been dreading this shit the entire game. Like, but I will say, I'm actually pretty happy with, and there's Dry Tomb, by the way. Is it called Dry Tomb? I can't remember. I'm not going back. Fuck it. It's not in my world anymore. I don't care. I will say I'm actually very happy I showed you guys that, like, last couple of videos where I was in Act 1 and just getting the shit kicked out of me. Because that's very important. That's part of Diablo 2. If you're not getting the shit kicked out of you, you're probably doing something either way too meta and way too fucking good, using twinked gear, or you're probably cheating. I don't know. Hell is never easy unless you're playing as a smiter or a hammered in, by the way. But I'm actually really proud because I didn't, like I said a long time ago, I wanted to go through the whole experience of Hell difficulty, at least with one character, because it's some serious shit, dude. I hate those fucking videos where everyone's like got perfect gear. They probably use like hero edit, and they're like, look at my fucking cool dude. He hits 1,000 billion damage. It's like, okay, how do you get that? Like, what do you do to get there? Oh, you just play the game. How? What areas do I farm? How do I do it? What does it look like before that? Is it normal that I'm struggling this much? Like, because that's the thing, is everyone goes into Nightmare. Nightmare is kind of a joke after a while, and you go, okay, this isn't so bad. And then you hit Hell difficulty, and you're like, this is a fucking wall. And that is the most obstacle-based thing in this game. I have a headache, by the way. I'm fucking really tired. That you will face. You'll be like, okay, how do I deal with physical immunity? How do I deal with... What is it like to have an entire pack of mobs basically just beat the shit out of me? What am I doing wrong? What do I need? What rune words are good? What's it like to go through this with rare gear? Because that's all I've got. I didn't find this waypoint. I'm a scrub. You know, like... That's what I mean. I wanted to keep this as pure as I possibly could. You could argue, well, you're using Plugy, but I've already explained, if I was playing this in normal Diablo 2, all I'd really have was magic find gear. I'd probably actually have that on another character, and just, like, create a LAN game using, like, Hamachi or something to do it. And then, like... Because, I mean, that's what we used to do, like, back before this even was a thing. So... Yeah, I mean, there really isn't much difference. The only difference is I'm able to actually keep all my perfect gems in one spot and all my runes. The other items are basically just for show-off. I don't really have any real reason to keep all that shit. I mean, if some of it's actually pretty good. Like, I would keep those plus skill items because those are actually pretty decent for, like, twinking out other characters. So, it's not a huge deal. Oh, I didn't even show my shared stash off. Basically, when I go back to town, if I remember to do it, I'll show you guys how it looks, too. Because it's slightly different. I have made some adjustments to it. I don't know. I have nothing better to do with my free time. I cleaned the whole house. Oh, shit, here we go. So, these are itchies. This is dangerous itchies. Fuck that. Never mind. I'll deal with you later. So, okay, let's just try this. What's this one like? I don't know why I'm smiting. I don't mean to do that. Okay, this is scary. So, you can see that they're physical immune. I'm hitting them with poison. And I'm also using Crushing Blow just as like a general proc to hurt them. That is how you deal with physical immunities. So, if you're ever curious how to actually deal with them, that's that. It's not... Actually, is this a... Oh, never mind. Well, you know what? Let's go back to town, because I want to show this off, too. Because I have been getting some better shit, too.
Good morning.
Good morning! I've never heard him say that before. Is that only because it's dark? Weird. So, I've actually been keeping all the, like, superior blades and stuff. I still haven't got the, base for, grief yet. But yeah, I've been keeping all these 4 sockets for other things. It's bullshit, man. And then just keeping these. These are just, like, some crappy magic fine gear. And, there's the helms, and then there's the shields, and then there's these. So, you can see that, I've got these 2 bone shields here. That's what I use to make this rhyme. Rhyme is also really good because it has cannot be frozen. It's a really good starting word. It's just shale F. It's actually pretty cheap. Basically, how I've been finding these items as well is I've been doing Cows and Nightmare and doing, excuse me, Pit. Excuse me, Jesus, almost just threw up there, almost. Not really, I didn't throw up almost, but by doing Pit in Hell difficulty with low magic fine. That's actually the traditional way to do it, because you can drop pretty good items there. I haven't found anything really... Oh my god. Actually, these won't do much damage, but you can see what I mean. I say they won't do much damage, but you can chip them away with poison. It's totally possible. There is some elemental damage I've got going on. So it is good to have a little bit of elemental damage on weapons. Or just a mercenary with a conviction aura. Or, shit, the next best thing. I'm playing Paladin. I could just use a conviction aura. But, you know what I mean. I also should really use cleansing. It's a very good... oh my god, they're just gonna float on over here. Cleansing is a pretty good one. I just don't use it because I don't think it's worth it. But if you like cleansing, it's also a really good... Actually, show it off real fast. Am I gonna get butt-fucked? I hope not. I think it's... Yes. Basically, this reduces your poison length and your curses. It's okay. I've never really used it. I had a friend that used it, and that's as far as my knowledge of it goes. But yeah, charge is a huge buff, man. This is a just great skill. I cannot believe I forgot to not use this, because look at this shit, dude. I'm like a fucking race car driver. You see anything getting in my way, it's gonna get beat the shit out of, right? It's fantastic. And look at that. See that? That's the magic. This is why... I'm gonna show you guys something right now. So, look at my resistances, right? This is all because of this ring. Because if I wasn't using this ring, I'd be using another item. And if I wasn't using another item, I wouldn't have this, and like, this. Like, this is why I say Diablo 2 just gives you so many reasons to get excited about getting a new drop or getting a new piece of gear. Because each piece of gear and each new drop is just... it's worth it. And you always will be able to have some benefit out of it. But look at this. If you can't tell, I'm basically tanking so much more lightning damage. If I did this with my old setup, I'd be dead. There's no way in hell I could take any of that damage. And lightning immunes are the most dangerous Look at my lightning res, 74. Fucking called it, man. And frozen can't be frozen, so I don't have to worry about cold damage. So, what do you know? It's like I've dealt with the immunity problem, so... That isn't to say I still can't get my shit pushed in. I actually haven't poked my head in the the maggot layer yet. We're gonna see how awful that's gonna be. Seriously, dude, maggot layer in hell is pretty awful. I don't know why I'm still killing these. I don't need to. Also, that's the other thing, is you can ignore enemies. Never be worried that you're... Ooh, a Ral. Nice. Never be angry that you're ignoring enemies, because shit, dude. Oh, my buff wore off. I noticed it, too. Okay, let's take a drink for this, because it's gonna be fucking hell. Oh, boy. I'm drinking... What am I drinking? I'm drinking Pike Place Roast, but iced. Without anything in it. It's really good. Okay, here we go. I am fucking scared shitless. This is a very dangerous fucking dungeon. I just want to get in here and get the fuck out. I don't want to be in... I don't want to let these, by the way, these sand maggots, I don't want these to lay very many eggs, because they're not really a problem, but they can become a problem, and that's what's really scary. This is maggot layer for every melee character ever. So, yep. I wasn't kidding when I said this is a really shitty dungeon. I just want to get out of here as fast as I can. I'm kind of glad Durga can do that with that bone spear, because when he actually can attack something, it's pretty handy. But, yeah, you can see what I mean. Look at this. Fucking wall of itchies. I'm gonna get something that's just shit and it's gonna suck. So... This is why I was like, man, I'm gonna save Act 2 for another time. Because, let's let... Fucking... Ugh. Yeah, this is why a lot of people like Enigma, if you haven't figured it out by now. Because Enigma lets you just teleport past this bullshit. I could push them back using Smite, but what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna basically just knock them into shit and make it even harder for me. So, this is what I've been worrying about this whole pre-recording session. I did about 2.5 hours of grinding, and I really should have. What the fuck is this gonna be? Is this gonna be some... Oh, it's just mana burn, okay. I mean, it's not pleasant, but it's not as bad as it could be. I mean, this could be a hell of a lot worse. Spectral hit's not terrible. Okay, so... Yeah, basically, I should probably be, well, level like 80, to be fair. But it's just gonna take so long. And I figured I might as well take advantage of my XP and just do it in hell difficulty instead of farming Bale. I'd actually get better drops, I figured, if I did this, so... But yeah, man, this is why I always say I wanted to do this series very pure. I didn't want to do any skipping, and even when I did do a shitty video and I didn't enjoy it, I still went through the area afterwards, because I just want you guys to see how... Because I know a lot of people are going to get into D2R, and I want them to realize, okay, don't fall for the bullshit that everybody has, like, this fucking perfect gear setup, and, like, resistances are never a big deal, and... You know what I mean. I wanted it to be as pure as I could. Because, in my opinion, this is the not fun part of Diablo 2. This is the wall that you have to overcome. Because if you don't do it, you're not going to get better gear. I'm very nervous for Duriel, but I don't think it's going to be very bad. I'm mainly worried about the dungeons, man. Because... Shit, dude, what am I gonna do? Like, once I get into Arcane Sanctuary, it's gonna be a fucking shit show. I can already feel it. It's a shit show for most, if not all, characters, but it's especially shitty for melee characters because they... If you have low reses, like, let's say I had low fire res and low lightning res, that place is a fucking death trap. There's so many turrets that spawn in there that just fuck your whole day up. Oh, by the way, the AC's not fixed. I haven't forgot. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, if you can still hear the fan in the background. I hope it's not too annoying. But yeah, I mean, you gotta get through it. You don't just get all this good fucking gear because you played the game. You have to actually earn it. You have to actually get through the areas and find what areas are difficult. Like, I knew this dungeon was gonna be a shit show because Itchies can spawn in it. And Itchies are physical immunes, so... And that's a fucking dead end. God! That's just not cool, man. Oh, I was hoping he'd say it again. I was like, I've never heard Deckard Cain ever say good morning. That's the first time I've ever heard that. I played this game for like 7+ years, and I still have never heard that. Nice sorceress amulet. Not jealous at all. Ugh. I know I'm not sick, it's just because we had so much fucking smoke in the area today, and it was like... I cleaned the whole house, and I've got like... I had a nap after a while. I was tired as hell. It's like 8:40 right now, but I've slept for like 3 or 4 hours straight before this, so... I'm in that weird tired, but not really tired, and I don't want to go to bed tired. So I was like, let's just play some Diablo 2. That's the best way to get rid of it. Yes! Yes! This is what I wanted. Oh, you can see how good Bone Spear seems. But don't be fooled by that shit, man. It's not as good as it looks. It does not scale very high. Oh, I'm so salty. I hate this dungeon. Thank God there's only 2 layers to it, so it's not a very long dungeon. I'm not worried about this yet. If I had to worry about Duriel, I'd say the worst thing I'm afraid of is if he, like, just hits me really fucking hard. But I have really high defense, so that makes it a little bit less worrisome. I'd say Holy Shield is just a pretty good, like, one-skill perk in general. I mean, Smite... I'm actually going to show you how Smite works real fast, because I want you to see why it's so good. So, boom. That beetle can't do anything. He's stuck into the wall, and I basically just wail the fuck out of him like that. And that's just with 1 point in plus skills. So, if you've ever seen, like, people talk about Uber quests and stuff, when they're talking about, like, the skills they're usually going to be using Smiters. I think Smiter is actually the best, like, build period to deal with them. I've never done Uber quests because A, I've never had a character that fucking strong, and I've never played on Battle.net for that long. I lose interest if I just play this only. I've been playing a lot of, you know, this is gonna make somebody happy, I hope, but I've been playing a lot of Team Fortress 2 lately again. Nothing's recorded. I don't mean to get your hopes up or anything, but, like, oh Jesus, get in here. Get in there! Just beat the shit out of it. Yeah, I've been playing TF2 lately, because, I don't know, I just wanted to play some Team Fortress 2. Diablo 2 and Team Fortress 2 are like 2 of my favorite games, so I just said, you know what, let's play some TF2. And I'm sure somebody's ears are just perking up right now. I can just see it like this, ooh. But, I will say it's not the same game I was expecting it to be. I played about, oh, let's see, 2 days now. I'm probably not going to play tonight, I'm just going to do this. But I played about maybe 10 games or so, and holy shit, the botting is out of goddamn control. Oh my god. I thought it was just hyperbole on, like, Reddit, and, wow, I can't believe I doubted him, man. That was... I think the first server I joined was just ear rape mic spam, and then it was the auto aimbot snipers, and I was just like, wow, this is horse shit. And so it took me like a solid 4 servers to get into an actual TF2 server, and my experience was good. Other than that bullshit, I actually had a really good time. I mean, let's take those rejuves, that's awesome. Yeah, it was actually really fun. I mean, I had a big dumb smile on my face the whole time when I was kicking ass as Soldier, and I played Soldier, Pyro, and mainly Medic, because those are like my main classes I've always had. I didn't play as much Scout, as I haven't played very many FPS games recently to really want to try to play Scout. I mean, I did. I mainly did, like, heckling and capping. I didn't try to go for, like, straight-up kills or anything. I mean, I play a lot of Scout, but it takes so much to get back into, so I just stuck with Soldier because it sounds stupid, but Soldier is a class that is, the style of playing it is so stuck in my brain that I can't, like, not play it okay, at least, if I haven't played for a long time. I mean, yeah, my rocket jump game is really off, but it's because I don't remember all the spots to where to do good rollouts and shit from, but yeah, I mean, I had a really good time. I don't think I had any crazy things happen. I mean, nothing recorded, obviously, so it was... You know, I think the worst thing was, other than the massive amount of bots, was the environment just wasn't the same, I guess. And I don't think it's because I'm older, because, I mean, I've played TF2 since 2007, but I don't know, it's like the environment just wasn't... Everyone was really tense. I don't know how else to put it. I think it's because people were yelling about masks and shit, and I was like, dude, we're playing Team Fortress. Why are you guys not having fun? Like, I get it, but just... I said some joke at somebody. They had... I just shorthand their name like you do, because it was like masks do something, and he was dominating me as a sniper, and I was like, masks, you're a dead man, I'm gonna sniper battle you, smiley face. And then it turned into this fucking shit show of, like, I was like, what the fuck? How the hell did this happen? Like, it was like instantaneous too. Like, that guy had said nothing the entire game until I just did that as a joke, and they all interpreted it as I was like threatening him over mask policies, I think? It was fucking weird. I was like, I actually had to say, I think I said something like, yeah, man, I'm fully vaccinated and I wear a mask all the time at work and in public. Let's just have a friendly sniper battle. And then it still turned into fucking, like, what the hell happened to my game, man? This just isn't fair. Like, I don't get it. It was so weird. That happened, like, twice, actually. Not to the same person, but in that same like, time frame. I think there was another guy that got mad about somebody. They were arguing about vaccines, and I was like, what the fuck? What, do people just, like, forget how to have fun? Like, I don't know. I play video games to unwind and to have fun. I don't go into them to have social discussions with other people. Well, unless you're, you know, intentionally talking to people, but that, the fuck is that? Well, that's XP waste, man. That's what that is. Yeah, I mean, RuneScape's still really relaxing. I played RuneScape for, like, fucking almost 20 years now. And I still think that's one of the most relaxing games I play. I don't play as much. I actually hit 93 woodcutting the other day because I was playing Diablo 2 with this on top of it. Or sorry, I was playing old school with this on top of the game. It was very fun. Oh, Maggot Layers 3! God, this place just sucks so much shit, I forgot all about it. But yeah, it was... I don't know, man. It just wasn't the same environment. Everybody that in TF2 that I played with, I just played pub matches, because fuck if I'm gonna be shelling out money to go for fucking competitive passes, that's bullshit. I mean, competitive has always been just private servers or different server rules. You don't have to pay for it, that's horse shit. But, anyways, like, to me, it was still really fun, but it wasn't... I mean, granted, I also played at like 10 o'clock at night and I was really tired and I wasn't really focused. And it took a lot of server swaps to get to like almost insanely quickly how many times bots would just invade the game. There was a point where someone had like a bot running that was like, it fucking duplicated the players in the server and like mic spammed all those players talking. Like, so you couldn't tell who the actual person was. I was like, oh my god, this is insane, dude. Like, the fuck happened to Team Fortress 2? And I asked somebody in chat, I was like, dude, what's with all the bots? And they're like, I don't know, man, I just started playing too. I've been playing for a long time, and I don't know either. And I'm like, okay, that sucks, dude. I don't know what to tell you, like... fucking... Old school RuneScape is older and has actual real-world money associated to it, and it fucking has better bot control than Team Fortress 2. That's really sad. I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, they're both free games! That's what's really stupid. I mean, yeah, there's Diablo 2 bots running. I mean, that's been going on since, like, 2001, probably. But, like, they're still... you can tell when a character's botted. You can ban them easily. I mean, the only thing with Diablo 2 is it's not... Well, vanilla, holy shit. This is gonna be... Well, this is a fun time. I'm not resetting the map. I'm just gonna wail on this fucker. Take a drink of coffee. Yup. Anyways. Yeah, it's like, I don't get it, man. Like, you can totally get rid of bots in, like, RuneScape. You just right-click, report bot abuse, and usually they get banned within a few hours. And yeah, it's like, sure, they come back, but they trace the IP and they get rid of them. But fucking every server, dude, that just blew my fucking mind. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like, there was just fucking bots everywhere. And they were like snipers. They were all snipers spamming the thank you command and then shooting people in the face. It was horse shit, and they were all shooting. They had their view model is up in the air. This happened so many times. I was afraid I was gonna get fucking banned because of, like, my name being associated onto a bot. That's why I had to start typing, like, dude, what the fuck, that's not me. Like, don't ban that. Like, that was weird. I mean, that's like... I thought when people were talking about bots in Team Fortress 2, because I did look it up, I was like, how's TF2 2021? And I just kept seeing the word bots come up. I thought they were, like, the fucking training ones that they have in, like, the training matches and, like, the offline play, like in Counter-Strike and shit. Why couldn't it be that? My god, I was fucking wrong, dude. I don't know what happened to Team Fortress 2. That was awful. I felt like just ill. I don't know how else to put it, just ill. Like, I have never said this in, like, my life, but I've never felt that ill playing a game in a long time because of what it turned into. I don't know how to explain it. It was just really, really uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. It made me feel really shitty. Also really glad that I stopped playing TF2. I was getting into competitive before I left for my first hiatus because I was playing in MGE servers. I was playing like competitive rule matches. I think I actually was part of a team. It was a Bronze League team, I'm pretty sure. Fuck if I remember their name, because this was like almost like 10 years ago now. I think it was like Saxy Men or something. I don't know what it was called. It was some like stereotypical traditional like TF2 name. I don't remember what it was called, dude. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that I stopped because that, to see what the game turned into afterwards was just like, whoa. Like, I can't... It's kind of shitty what Valve did in general. Like, that they let it go so bad. I mean, why? That's my main question, is why? Like, what is there to gain in Team Fortress 2 items? There never has been that much of a huge... Oh, there has been, but it's not as big as you'd think. I don't know. That's just disappointing. But, yeah, I'm gonna cut right here, and then we're gonna do the rest of Act 2. I'll see you in the next one.